Hey guys, it's Slender. Hope everyone's having a good night. Tonight we have some more news from Lexandra on the new changes and all the upcoming updates that are going to be out in this January patch. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm a little late on this one because, I do still work full time. It sucks. Really hard for me to put out content when I'm working, but I try to be as quick as I can, stay up as late as I can to get all this stuff done. Anyway, we'll get right to it. The PTR January release notes patch 2. So we already had the first patch, and here's all the changes that are coming in the next patch. So first we've got PTR backstories. And this is just a bunch of PTR stuff, not the most important thing, but they are finding bugs. Thank goodness, they're going to be getting them fixed before this comes out to, the live client. So playtester bags have had their gear score significantly increased, providing players with a lot more inventory space. Thank you for that. I do play on the PTR, and that was a pain in the ass. Playtester gear containers have had their weight removed. However, we still advise only opening containers that you need in order to prevent immediately overpopulating your inventory with unnecessary items. Again, big change for the PTR guys. It was my first time on the PTR. I opened up like all these chests, and then I realized I'm not able to move, and I'm not going to be able to move for a long time unless I just empty all my stuff, and it was a pain. So that's actually pretty cool. The playtester vial of Azoth now grants Azoth as expected, so that's another cool thing. It wouldn't even give you any Azoth. You had to just use the regular ones. World experience and fast travel. New fast travel shrines have been unearthed, so this is really cool. Excavated shrine added at the Amarine excavation. Starstone shrine added to the northeast wall of the Shattered Obelisk complex. Shiresad shrine added just outside the entrance to the depths. Genesis shrine added in front of the Garden of Genesis entrance. Melpomene's shrine added below the Sirens Amphitheater. And Lazarus shrine added next to the entrance to the Lazarus Instrumentality. This is a really cool change, a much needed change. Now we don't have to run quite as far when doing these dungeons, even though, Lazarus wasn't too far away. Genesis wasn't too far away, but still nice changes. I like it. Just more, quality of life changes. Expedition AI. The Blighted Greenskeeper, they reworked the VFX on the Blighted Greenskeeper to be more visible to players, and that's actually really cool. Any of the bosses in Genesis, the stuff on the ground, the whole dungeon's green, so any green AoEs and things like that are really tough to see. So that's a good fix. I like that. World PTR fixes and additions. So we fixed an issue where Festering 2 still allows players to be healed at 20 stacks. Fixed an issue where some enemies are not being counted for scoring purposes in Mutated Expedition. Didn't even notice that one, but I've only ran a couple M2 dungeons, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me. And again, this is good stuff because this is stuff that would have come out in the live, client had these not been found. So fix an issue where a negative mutator score appears to grant positive mutator ranking. Fix an issue where AI do not gain the benefits of empowered buffs while in mutated expeditions. So I guess maybe they're a little bit easier than they should have been when I ran them. Fix an issue where players can avoid the starting line of Dynasty Shipyard. Fix an issue where damage over time effects activate Paranoia. Fix a crash that occurs during the final boss encounter of Dynasty Shipyard. That's funny because in the live client, that last boss in Dynasty, you ever get disconnected in Dynasty and then you log back in and you're in Monarch's Bluff? Don't you hate that? I wonder if that's the same, bug that they're referring to here. Fix an issue where damage over time... Oh, wait, got that one. Fix an issue where players are able to go AFK in Outpost Rush and avoid being kicked. Thank goodness. Fix an issue where players cannot complete major corrupted portal events in Monarch's Bluffs. Thank you. That was a big one. Thank you. Address Warden Duquet, missing localized VO while the player approaches to interact. Fix an issue where camps are not upgraded when level and or quest requirements are met. Never seen that one. Now, the camp upgrade, I remember I couldn't figure out how to get these quests done and get my camp upgrades. I couldn't find the quest givers, but you actually don't have to do them in order. It's really weird. I made a video on it, but yeah, super interesting. Never had this issue, but moving on. Fix an issue where players were unable to turn in faction missions. And another one I've never encountered. Now we're on to quests and mission fixes. Fixed issues with Carrion Star Ancients not present at Izar or Crux or Crew for faction missions. Fixed issue with Morning Bridge raid faction missions that can't be completed. Fixed issue with Cornel Reynolds, Eden Grove Watcher missing VO and having no lip sync during Down Reekwater Way quest. Not a big deal, but good nonetheless. And remove duplicate quest entries in data. Now, some combat changes that we've got in Outpost Rush game mode. Increase the Azoth cost of brute tokens from 500 Azoth to 750. Summoning stones are now dropped on death, so that's kind of cool. Just makes it a little more risky, Summoning stones now have a rarity associated with them. So you've got Epic for the Bear and Wraith tokens and Legendary for Brute tokens. This should make it clear to players when they are dropped by other players. Outpost Rush Alpha Wolf will no longer summon minions. Outpost Rush Gatherables no longer have weight. Baron's Haynes Ice Mines now slow the player by 30% for 3 seconds instead of staggering the player. So she might be a little bit more difficult to beat. Water can no longer be gathered in Outpost Rush. Added 2 additional gate points on the sides of each enemy or each team spawn. That's pretty cool. Increase the cooldown on the Outpost Rush Brute's Corrupted Ball, or that big rock that he throws. And Outpost Rush Brutes will now be much less likely to use their Corrupted Ball spell when players are inside of the fort. Notable fixes. So here's the meat and potatoes, I think. So they fixed issues where various status effect removals were resulting in a buff applying indefinitely. Fixed issues where the bow concussion ultimate was applying to all attacks and not just headshots. Fixed issue where the bow concussion ultimate was applying to all attacks and not just headshots. So, a little bit of a nerf. Not really a nerf. I mean, they're just fixing an issue that was with the bow. But in the end, it is going to make it a little bit less, OP. Fixed issue where mending protection wasn't functioning properly. To fix the issue, following changes were made. And this is for mending protection. Updated mending protection to be able to be reapplied by any orb of protection heal, even the recovery from Protector's Blessing. Well, that's kind of cool. To compensate for that, the duration has been shortened and the effect of it has been reduced. Previously, it was 5 to 40% for 5 seconds that only applied as the ability was initially used. Now it is 5% to 25% for 3 seconds. So that's quite a bit, but the duration can be refreshed with each tick of recovery and additional applications of Orb of Protection. Okay, well that makes sense. Fixed issue where the Great Axe Reap ability was not dealing damage when both the Collector modifier and the Gravity passive were unlocked. Fixed an issue that was prevalent in the PTR where the Void Gauntlet's cooldown reduction was being triggered by dot ticks. Oh, that kind of sucks. Fix an issue where players were able to jump cancel the bow firing recovery, so animation cancel on the bow. There's now a 10 frame delay from when an arrow is released before a jump can be triggered. Now, I don't like that. I think we should be able to animation cancel anything we want, but whatever. Fixed to permanent disease. Oh, a fix to permanent disease and slow being applied in PvP. Okay, so is that the movement bug? I don't know. Fixed bug that did not allow Ancient Bear Paw to be used in crafting. Good. Endgame Update Part 2 and Umbral Upgrade System. Here we go. So, general enhancements and quality of life improvements. We addressed an issue where Gypsum casts were only providing 1 bonus when opening above gear score 585 for an item. Now, upgrades from Gypsum cast from 585 all the way to 600 should be at least 2. Obviously, except when expertise is 599, you can only get 1 more for now. So that's really good. I've had multiple instances where I've only got 1, expertise bump from the Gypsum cast, and this is a really good change. They said it was supposed to be a minimum of 2, maximum of 5, and all I ever got was 1 or 2. So hopefully it was fixed both ways. So moving on. Economy, progression, and reward. So housing tax. For full context, once this patch goes to live, the following conditions will be applied.
As a make good for the players impacted by the server clock issues experienced in November 2021, we reduced housing tax costs for all players by 90% based on the tax percent set by the companies that own the territories. We communicated with that change that we would revert those tax breaks in a future update, which is now. In the time the tax break has been active, however, it has brought to light an imbalance in wealth disparity, which was punishing for homeowners, and as such have decided to lighten the housing tax band. We will continue to examine player reception and data around this issue. We are adjusting them going forward to be more fair for homeowners and companies. We are focused on evaluating and continually tuning the overall wealth distribution and impact of the territory tax system. In this patch, we have 1. Reverted the make good 90% housing tax reduction, will impact the live servers only. Updated housing tax minimum ban to 2.5% down from 5%. Updated the housing tax maximum ban to 10% down from 20%. And updated the default housing tax to 5% down from 10%. Now, we've got aptitude rewards, and this is going to have to do with the Azoth that we're getting, and they're going to try to balance some of that. With the introduction of trade skill aptitude, we imbalanced the gain of Azoth vials, which made them too plentiful, and the excess of these items for some players was causing damage to the overall value of Azoth vials as a reward. Not in the beginning, but now absolutely. Since these can be traded, we want to make sure they stay rare and special. So right off the bat, I would actually go in and see what the prices are for Azoth vials right now. They're still 15 to 20. You might want to start picking those up. $24.99. I'll grab some just to see what's up. Just as whatever. All right, so with the introduction, blah, 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 blah. Since these can be traded, I want to make sure they're special. We will continue to watch player sentiment and data here to see if further adjustments are needed. Removed Azoth vials from Tier 1 Aptitude Gathering Chest. So they just eliminated them altogether from the T1s. Reduced Azoth vials from Tier 2. Going to 1 to 2, down from 2 to 3. So just by 1 on both ends. Reduce Azoth vials from Tier 3 Aptitude Gathering Chest to 1 to 3, down from 3 to 5. Okay, so that went down 2. And reduce Azoth vials from Tier 1 Aptitude Crafting and Refining Chest to 0 to 1, so you have a chance of getting them instead of a guaranteed 2 to 3. Reduce Azoth vials from Tier 2 Aptitude Crafting and Refining Chest to 1 to 2, down from 2 to 3. And reduce the vials from Tier 3 Crafting and Refining Chest to 2 to 3, down from 3 to 5. Rewards. Fixed a bug where players under level 60 were able to get gypsum from darkness events. Players must be level 60 now to start earning gypsum from those events. Good. The Surgeon, the Pit Lord, Baines, and Mordecai the Mortician previously did not drop battle trophy materials. This has been fixed, so they now drop battle trophy mats. So this was announced, and everybody started farming these guys. Now there's these trophy mats dropping not all the time, but so it's definitely a good time to start farming these guys. But just be aware that there's going to be a lot of people doing it, a lot of PvP fights. Anyways, moving on. So for crafting, they fixed an issue where timeless shards were not being consumed while crafting. Never had happen to me, wish it did. Fixed an issue causing the Maker's Mark hatchet to incorrectly display as legendary with an extra perk in the crafting menu. Updated the art for Energizing Light Ration and Energizing Travel Ration to better represent the ingredients used to create them. Fixed blackened manji manji with corn succotash recipe that actually requires a lava barb. The recipe title now references the correct fish. And fixed a bug that was preventing players from crafting gear score 600 arcana items using winter patterns. All good stuff. Gear and loot. Fixed an issue where certain 600 gear score named items were increasing your expertise. Does that mean when they were looting them? Fix an issue where certain 600 gear score named items were increasing your expertise. Okay. Fix an issue where the Lazarus bow had less dexterity than other bows at its tier and gear score. It now has an equivalent amount of dexterity, so probably going to 30. Fix an issue where the earring pedal could not be repaired. Fix an issue with Wheel of Time skin Egwene's cloak where it would stretch with certain animations. Progression, sped up leveling for the mid-game levels of 23 to 45 by 20%, so making that grind a little less grindy. We saw that mid-game leveling was taking a bit long and did not match pacing of the content we had, so we sped up mid-game progression by 20%. I think that's pretty cool. Honestly, I never had a problem leveling up. I just did massive amounts of expeditions. So for any of you new guys out there leveling up, expeditions combined with the daily quests and the the repeatable quests like the Bones for Barkimedes, on top of that, making sure those are the first quests you turn in for the day and getting those 3 bonus quests, experience, gold, and everything. That's huge. I use that all the time, and I leveled up to 60 pretty damn quickly. So that's just a little tip for you guys. So expedition tuning orbs. So materials used to craft expedition keys, chisels, corrupted fragments, shards, crystals, and lodestones are now tradable. I knew it. I found that out in the PTR. Somebody gave me a heads up from my YouTube channel, and we got some good information. So not really a chance to make a lot of money here. I mean, obviously we can make money here going forward. Selling these things, but it's a good idea to at least hold on to them, maybe stop making the orbs for now, and just start stocking up on this stuff if you're low on cash. Really good opportunity. Made a video on that, and I'm glad to see that it was true. And a lot of these changes that we saw in the PTR have it looks like they're making their way to live, so pretty cool. Expedition mutator tuning orbs can be crafted once per week and have also been added to the faction shops and can be purchased there once per week. So I'm glad we got some clarification there. In the PTR, in the video, I had mentioned that there was a cooldown icon, like a little hourglass, but it didn't say how often or how bad that cooldown was going to be. So it is once a week. You can craft 2 of them, or 1 a week, and buy one a week, so you can get 2. If you have a solid group of guys, 5 guys that you do dungeons with, that's going to be 10 dungeons you could do per week. So definitely really cool stuff. I can't wait. These things drop great loot. Oh my god. Plus the Emerald Shards. So really good stuff. So this is not currently in the PTR. To keep parity with Expedition Mutator Tuning Orbs, normal Expedition Tuning Orbs for Dynasty Shipyard, Garden of Genesis, and the Lazarus Instrumentality have been added to faction shops and can be purchased once per week. Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that change. Holy crap. To reduce the cost of all items in inventory taking durability damage on death, we made a change so that only bound items take durability damage on death. No way. That's awesome. So, yeah, you know how you do those back-to-back dungeons and you have a team that might not be the best, and you got a couple wipes and all these buy-on equip things are like 0 durability, and you have to spend like 900 gold to repair your whole inventory just to sell the stuff in the marketplace. Like, yeah, that sucked. That sucks. So that's really cool. Only bound items will take durability, whether it's equipped, whether it's in your inventory unequipped but bound. It's going to take durability, not all the BOE stuff that you've been holding on to. So really, really cool. Thank you, AGS. We really needed that. That's really much appreciated. This one is on the PTR. A cooldown was accidentally applied to the Covenant faction shop's chunk of consecrated iron instead of the mutated expedition tuning orb. This has been corrected. Okay. So we've got some UI social fixes, added a new loading screen tooltip to explain how the strong against, weak against mechanics work. Okay, so like absorptions and, coatings and stuff. The in-game store, let's see what they got here. Decor packs now display number of furniture items included in a pack. Okay. Store items can now simultaneously display that they are on sale and that they are available for a limited time. Currency symbols now correctly display properly for all regions. Trading posts fix an issue causing the trading post sort by time function to function correctly. It will now properly sort by time since the item was sold instead of alphanumerically. Okay. Inventory should no longer scroll back to the top. No way. I love this. I hated this thing, man. It used to drive me crazy. First, I think it did it on sell and cancel, and then it went to only on sell. But now, whether you sell an item or cancel an item, when it goes back to the list, it's not going to scroll all the way to the top, and it will stay where it's at, where you last were. That's a huge change in my book. A very, very welcome change. Thank you so much. That's pretty freaking exciting. So far, that might be the most exciting change that I've read tonight. Holy crap. All right, we're almost done, guys. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Like to be thorough. So, notable fixes. Fixed an issue where companies who own more than one territory were not getting merge reimbursements. Who cares? Okay, no, that's not fair. I take that back. I wasn't in a company. I'm just, salty because I never had that big company money, Like these guys need any more money. Jeez. Companies are now compensated depending on the number of territories they own rather than a flat amount. Fix an issue that, and you guys do deserve that. For those companies that went out there and, took the time to get all those, to do the recruiting, the gearing, and actually taking over and winning wars, kudos, man. You guys deserve it, unless you're using exploits. But hey, that's for another time. Good job, guys. GG. Hope you make a lot of money. Okay. For our self-made guys, that ain't the case. Fix an issue where that sometimes cause corrupted breach icons to not appear on the map. Okay, that's a good change. Fix an issue that sometimes cause items to not appear repaired after. Oh, thank God! After a player repairs all. So yeah, whenever I repair my staff, anything it seems like, whether it's repair all or I just individually repair it, you have to drag it out of the inventory and then put it back to get that reflected. To get it to show that it's actually repaired. Really annoying. Because you never know if it's actually repaired or not, unless your repair things went down. So, fix a bug that sometimes caused the incorrect items to trade when trading from a split stack. Fixed a number text overlapping issues in the UI. Weights on inventory categories, gem descriptions, item icons, and storage when viewed from the map. Oh, yeah. Okay, good fix. I know what they're talking about. Well, I think maybe not, but the bug I was thinking about was when you look at your storage, all these items are overlapping. This says that the text was overlapping, but like the whole item icons were overlapping. Like all the whatever. You get what I'm saying. Moving on. Some timeless shards icons were showing the icon for the incorrect weight. This is fixed now. Okay. Fixed a bug where Eternal Pool Arena boss music could be heard right outside of the external pool area. Oh no. Fixed a bug where sounds were not always playing at Navarro's kitchen. Adjusted the way mission tooltips dock. They now dock to the side of the tiles to make it easier to read detailed info on missions. Okay. Added a sound for when players capture points during an Outpost Rush. Cool. Fixed a bug where players cannot always hear Snap the Wolf when accepting the Snap's Blessing quest. Fixed server crash that likely stemmed from territories abandoned by their governors. Fixed a discrepancy between server, client, and system clock timing and war declaration screen. And fixed an issue where the map was reporting that there was an upcoming invasion when there was actually an upcoming war. Awesome. That is a good fix. Thank you. So that's all the stuff we have so far. Sorry I took so long to get this out. Again, I've just been working a ton. I've rushed home so I can get this out as soon as possible. If you guys have any questions or comments on some of the stuff that I just read over without commenting on, anything that you guys might know and that I don't, let me know in the comments. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I'm keeping an eye on the loot luck post that is causing a lot of ruckus, and the clickbait thing. Just want to say sorry. I know there's really no excuses. I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing, and acting all like what's the word? Whatever. So yeah, sorry about that. I will make sure in the future that these titles, thumbnails are not clickbait. They do reflect what the video is actually about. Yes, I love views. Yes, every YouTuber wants to get views. No, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a nobody. I'm well aware of that. But hopefully, I won't be forever, and I will work much better on delivering content and delivering the real expectations of the videos. So just want to say sorry about that. Thank you for all the feedback, negative feedback, positive feedback. I appreciate it all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, guys. Take it easy.